Welcome, guys, back to another episode of Amonos with Ricky Novella. Dude, it's a fucking beautiful day out here. The sun's not out. And this is the first podcast that I'm going to do in my fucking patio, man. And I have a very special guest today. This is the second guest in Amonos history, dude. Besides Coco, besides the little quick questions to my mom and my father. And I got a lot of good feedback on that episode with my dad. So please welcome today my friend James Jablonski.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Dude, I'm great. I'm glad that you're alive. I know you were dying not that long ago.
I was. Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be alive.
I'm glad to have you in my little podcast patio, dude.
The podcast patio is a great name for it.
I think that might be the name of the episode, actually.
Podcast
dude.
patio?
Podcast patio, dude.
This does seem like a place where, because we can't move physically from here. Like, so once we're done with the episode, we're just going to close the laptop and just still be here.
Yeah, we're just going to be here chilling until whatever fucking dude is going on. So what's up, dude, man? We just saw each other Wednesday.
Yes.
I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad you're feeling better because you sounded like shit. You sounded like Steve-O, how Ashley
I did.
was saying,
I really did. I felt bad, dude. I don't know what it was. I think, so I bought a PlayStation 5 recently. We had 2 Xbox Series X's.
Oh, my bad, too?
Yeah.
Too? Oh, shit. All right.
Sorry, don't want to flex. don't want to brag. But we had 2, and I bought mine during, I had an accident. And I was kind of in bed, so I was like, fuck it, I'm going to get an Xbox, and I'm going to play the shit out of it. And then Xbox has been doing so. It doesn't matter. I took it in and I traded one of them in to get a PlayStation. So now we have an Xbox and a PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
And the guy at the store had a mask on and he was kind of sick. And I think he gave me whatever itis he had. And I was walking around. I sounded like this.
So the guy that was selling you that console, what race was he?
I want to say ethnically ambiguous Asian American.
We already know what. We already know why. Hey, it's cool. We can talk shit because I'm not even sponsored, dude. I'm not even sponsored. It's not like they can't flag this fucking episode.
That's true, and it's not because I don't want to assume his ethnicity, but it's only because I could only see his eyes because he was wearing a mask. So if I assume his ethnicity based solely on his eyes because he's an Asian person, that's pretty messed up. But I'm thinking Korean.
Korean, not nor, baby. Whoop on Gundam style, dude. Remember that fucking song was a banger though,
dude. You know what's crazy? In Korea, he's in South Korea. He still sells out stadiums.
Oh, dude, yeah, I seen that on Instagram. It's like fucking millions of people.
Yeah, I don't even know his name. I know him as Gangnam Style guy, but over there they love him.
I think it's Psy or something like that.
It is Psy. I think Psy. I think you're right.
They take a break from making our iPhones and shit and just fucking go see this fool. That's like probably like their pizza party, huh?
I think that's the wrong place. You're thinking of the wrong place. China makes the iPhones.
China, Korea.
Korea makes K-pop and women with big eyes.
Oh yeah, dude, fucking K-pop, dude. Man,
they did take a break though. They were partying over there to Gangnam Style.
Dude. Okay, so we were hanging out not that long ago, and that was like the first time we hung out and shit. And you were talking about that you actually like to sing karaoke, which I'm fucking surprised, dude.
I love karaoke.
Like okay, so let's start when I first met you. We'll jump back on that. The first time I met you was at King's Brewery at the open mic, and I was featured for the fucking Maxwell Farms. Shout out to Maxwell Farms. And the crazy thing that you did is you guessed Jay's name, and I didn't even know Jay's name. You guessed it. Like, you just sat down. You're just like fucking a magician, like just asking questions and shit, and you just got it right. So, is that usually how you do your comedy? Like, you just kind of sit down and just...
I mean, it depends on the mood. Sometimes I feel like sitting. Sometimes I feel like standing. I definitely enjoy sitting because that's how I talk shit. Like, that's how you sit down, you talk shit, you have a couple beers or whatever. So I like to sit. But I do crowd work a lot, not because like everybody does crowd work and it's like how you get big. I don't even record it with a video. I don't have that interest. I just like doing crowd work. And so I do a lot of crowd work, and it is kind of my preference. Like, if I start to feel uncomfortable or I feel like I'm doing bad, I'll hop into some crowd work, and it usually goes pretty okay.
Yeah, I think your crowd work is pretty good. I don't say that too much to comics, I just fucking just somebody suck.
Yeah, well, a lot of comics crowd work is also like really basic. Like, I try to avoid this, but like they're like, what do you do for work? Or like, what's your name or whatever like that.
Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Ezekiel. Fuck you. What was that with that one fucking dog meme? Yeah, I know, man. Like, I remember, like, when you were doing that crowd work for the first time, like, oh, damn, this guy is pretty good, like, for the crowd work, you know? And the other times that I've seen you at open mics, I feel like, I don't know, it's something about you, like, we were discussing this, too. I'm like, I feel like when you sit down in the chair, you're a different comedian. I feel like you have much composure. You're more calm.
Definitely.
Like, when you stand up, I feel like you get a little more nervous because you feel like...
I feel like I have to move around and I have to be energetic and stuff. But
yeah.
And the thing is like, when I first started comedy, there were a couple of times before, like, where I would sit down and I would do sets, and I had somebody come up and they were like, why do you sit down? And I was like, I don't know, just I like it. I feel comfortable there.
Who gives a fuck?
And then I had one dude, I forget his name, but I genuinely forget. Normally I would say that and then I would say their name, but I genuinely forget his name. But he comes up and he goes, hey, man, you shouldn't be sitting on the stool. And I was like, why not? And he goes, well, you haven't earned it yet.
Oh, God.
And I was like, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. And then he left and I was like, fuck that dude.
I think either way, like, there's some people that try to give their opinions, you know, and like, it's whether you want to take it or not, you know. I think you do better sitting down. You seem like a different comic when you're sitting down, and I admire that, you know, like, because me, when I'm sitting down is because, like, I'm fucking bombing, or I'm just like, oh, dude, this crowd doesn't give a fuck, so I'm just gonna sit down. I don't give a fuck.
You do the sit of shame.
Yeah, the sit of shame, dude. But
no, yeah, sometimes sitting down is detrimental. It is an energy thing too, because, like, do you know who Big J Okerson is?
Yes, I do.
Big J Okerson is one of those comics where he sits every set. And he'll sit down in an arena of like 6,000 people, and he'll sit down and do crowd work, and he'll crush. And it's just, but he has the energy where he doesn't need to fill the space physically. He fills the space energetically. Like, his energy is, this is my stage regardless of where I'm at. And sometimes you got to have that.
I feel like that's what you have. Like, I don't know, dude. We weren't debating it, right? But we were discussing it, and like, some of our friends were like, no, dude, it's because, like, it's their confidence because the way you're dressing and stuff, and maybe that has something to do with it too, because you are starting to dress differently on stage.
I like being nice.
Yeah, you're looking nice, you're looking sharp, but I think it's just, I feel like when you sit down, you feel like you're at home. You're just like talking to your friends and just like observing the crowd and stuff. So I think that's pretty cool, man.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. I think you're getting much better too. I see your punchlines improving and the way you're working and stuff, because you've been doing comedy like under a year, right?
No, actually a year, and like, it's gonna be 2 years in August.
Okay.
So.
Sorry, I've never actually asked that question.
Dude, I know, that's the first time. I think this is the first time that we even asked each other. Yeah. So how long have you been in comedy?
Like 3.5 years.
Okay. Yeah, dude. So
but I can see, like, as you're working and as you're doing your stuff, your punchlines are improving, your timing's improving, you're getting more comfortable up there. And you're also, this is one thing that some people will say, like, it's a negative, and like people who are bombing will, but I think you do it in a way that it's a good lesson to have, where because I've noticed, if you feel like you're doing bad, or if you feel like the jokes aren't hitting, you will just kind of sit in the silence of it a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's great, because a lot of comedy is not talking. Like, there's a big part of it that is talking. That's, you know, writing your jokes, but there's a big part of it where you have to just wait. And whether it's laughs or whether it's silence, sometimes the silence can be a great tool. And so to learn to sit in that when you're not doing well, it'll make sitting in it while you're doing well even better.
Yeah, I think so too. I feel like there's some people that when they do comedy, like when they sit in the silence, they're just kind of like, oh, fuck, I need to say something. But I kind of learned just like sometimes you don't have to say anything, and just like your reaction, like your face expression, or like, you know, just like the movement that you're doing can get a laugh. Like, because there was one show I did and I was fucking Cupid, right? And I was like with my shirt off and shit.
Nice.
And I didn't get to do any of my material, dude, because like everybody was laughing at me with my wings and shit, and just me fucking just like little chubby guy with his fucking shirt off. And like, I just remember like just, there was one part of my set, it's fucking motorcycle last mine shit. I put my arm up and like I kind of like just stick my gut out, and everybody started cracking up, and like I didn't realize it at the moment until after. I was like, oh fuck, like that was funny, like just me just not saying anything and just doing that movement, it was funny. Like,
yeah, so, pattern recognition, bro, that's part of it.
Yeah, man.
And you know what, sometimes you don't, I hate when people are, because like I've been doing this thing lately where I've only been working on material. Yeah. But I'm a dude who I like to riff, and I like to have a good time, and I like to do crowd work. But I've like, for the past like month, I've only been working on material, and it makes me not want to do comedy, because comedy isn't always about just doing your material. Comedy's a live art for a reason, and sometimes you don't have to do your material. Like in that moment, you were just having a good time up there making people laugh. You don't got to do that material. You just got to make those people laugh.
Yeah, I think so too. I think sometimes people forget like it's not always just gonna be like set up punchline. You have to throw in like some act outs or just fucking kind of like acknowledging certain things that didn't work, like being in the moment. And I think a lot of comics forget about that too. It's like you have to be in the moment, like knowing like obviously you have to do your material and practice it and trying to figure out the puzzle and stuff, but at the same time you kind of just got to go up there and just talk. I feel like some comics stress out so much about like not writing, and like you should be writing, you know.
Yeah.
But there's days like you just gotta go up there and talk, man. And there's times where I've done, and you've seen me, I just fucking just talk up there, and it can go good or it can go really bad, you know.
Yeah.
And I just kind of got comfortable with like if I have a bad set, it's part of the journey, you know. But obviously you want to get better, you know.
The best way I can put it is, I was talking when I lived in the IE. I was at this bar getting drunk, and right next door there was a bar where they had a bunch of pool tables, and the patios were right next to each other with a gate, and you could talk to the person on the other patio. And there was a dude over there with like a fancy pool glove on and shit.
Oh yeah.
And I was talking to him, and I go, "So you play a lot of pool?" He goes, "I own a pool company, and I played professional a little bit." And I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." He goes, "I wasn't professional, but I got to that level, and I kind of couldn't make it." And I went, "What is the thing you noticed that sets apart a pool player at a professional level than at a semi-professional level?" And he went, "Consistency."
Yeah.
You can be like the best pool player of all time, but if you're not doing the best consistently, you're not going to make it to the professional level. And just like comedy, we're still learning our bearings and we're learning the tools of the craft, but the goal is to get consistent where every time we go on stage, we have at least a good set.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the thing is too, like, I forgot what the fuck I was going to say, but something about consistency. But
also, I want to say that's not to say that bombing is like professionals don't bomb. They bomb too.
Yeah,
but
they bomb.
It's less often, and when they do, they learn a lot more from it because they're past the point of bombing so regularly and consistently.
Yeah, and they're just more comfortable. And like every comic has talked about, like they're bombing, like they're gonna bomb, especially if they're doing new stuff. And I feel like comedians that we kind of like are around, like they forget, hey, like, you know, you're trying, you're doing more than a lot of people, and just like staying consistent, because there's some people that like think that just doing once a week is good, and like obviously you got to do a little bit more, and you know, the people have their lives that they have to live and shit, and
yeah, for sure it's about a balance too.
You gotta do that life balance, and if you're hitting like 3 mics a week at least, like fuck it, dude, like that's the thing you're working on, and you know, it is what it is.
No, I agree, because like I have a girlfriend and she has two kids, and so I have like stepkids essentially in my life, and then I work full time 8 hours a day, and I do comedy. And I was having this conversation with her in the car. I was like, I know that it's hard because sometimes it feels like I'm always working with work and with comedy, because comedy, as much as I love it, it's not a hobby. This is something I want to do as a career.
Passion, dude.
So I feel like I'm always working, and it feels like you don't see me a lot, but I promise you that's not because I don't want to be with you. That's because I want us to have a better life in the future, and I want this to be something fruitful, and part of that is putting in the work, and you have to sacrifice a little bit for it. But there's also that thing of balance. Like I've started to learn recently where it's like I can go to 2 or 3 mics a week, get my reps in, and then have a couple of days where I'm hanging out with my family.
Yeah, because you got to live, dude, and that's where you get your material from, bro.
For sure.
And the cool thing is about your chick, she seems like she's very she understands, you know.
Yeah,
like she's always there with you, and that's cool, you know. Like
and you know, not a lot of comics like that or get that. Like some comics are weird when you bring your girlfriend around, because it's almost like bringing your girlfriend to work. But we have such a different job, so to speak. And there was a time where I was like, man, I don't think you can come to mics, you know, because some comics are acting weird and I don't want it to affect my career. But I'm at the point where it's like, fuck those guys. Come to whatever you want to come to. Come hang out. And this is just recently. This happened like a week ago where I was like, fuck those guys. Come hang out.
Dude, yeah, I think it shouldn't matter, dude. I think maybe some comics just kind of get like upset that they don't have a significant other there. You know what I mean? Dude, you know, it happens, bro. It happens. I admire, like, there's a few people that I see that have a significant other and they're there all the time. I'm not gonna mention any names, and it's fucking awesome to see. And I always tell like them, like, dude, that's cool. Like that's something I would want to have, you know. And that's something that I admire about your guys' relationship, is that you guys, she's there, she's a supporter, you know, and whenever you feel like you're hard on yourself, like she's there to like kind of like, you know, I don't want to say comfort you, but she's like, she talks to you like, dude, like, you're so fucking hard, so like calm the fuck down, you know? Like it's a part of the fucking journey.
She is awesome in that way, but she's also awesome in the way where if like I do something stupid or I fuck up, like I recently, because I like to talk shit, you know, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I like to talk shit with my friends and with comics in general. I feel like that's, but on stage sometimes I'll go up and I'll criticize somebody or do something that I think is funny and it'll go horribly wrong. And I had that happen recently. I bombed super hard criticizing this guy's set. I wasn't funny about it. I was just kind of mean. And she had to tell me, she was like, you have to stop doing that. Because you're not being funny with it anymore. You're just being an asshole, and it's not good, and you're not funny when you do that. But so she's supportive, but she'll also be real with me, where if I do something not funny or something she doesn't like, she'll give me her opinion as an audience member and as somebody who doesn't care if I do well or not. She cares if I'm funny or not.
Yeah, dude, and that's cool, though, because, like, imagine, like, her being like, oh, dude, you fucking killed it, dude.
Yeah, every time. I'm not friends with people where all the time, every time I get off stage, like, that was awesome, dude. That was you killed it. And I'm like, no, I got like 3 laughs in 5 minutes. I bombed. I ate shit. And they're like, no, you killed it, dude. I've never seen you have a bad set. I'm like, no, you have seen me have a bad set. You just don't recognize it the same way, and you're not being honest with yourself or with me about it.
Yeah, no. And dude, and just take that as a learning lesson, you know? Like, we all do some shit. Like, yesterday, too, at a show, like, a comic was calling me fruity, you know, and he's like, he's right, you know, fucking come on, dude. Ricky likes comic from time to time.
You dressed up like the Cupid.
Yeah, dressed up like the Cupid, yeah. And he was a big dude, and I was like talking about like gym couples, and I'm like, yeah, this guy's never seen the gym before. But it would like I felt bad, you know, because like I was like, oh, that's such like a low. It was like a low blow, you know, like, and I even told him, like, I said on stage, like, hey, dude, you know, like, I feel bad, like it was a fucking stupid ass joke, and I told him off stage, and he told me, he's like, dude, it's all love, you know, like. He's like, you know, you tried something, like I said something about you, and you know, it's all cool. And I respect him for that, you know. But
as long as the intent was to be funny, man.
Yeah, I was trying to be funny. I wasn't trying to be mean, you know. But like sometimes, like my crowd work, I'd rather give a compliment that would be funny than fucking try to say something mean to hurt people's feelings. And I know there's some comics that like to fucking like make people like fucking feel bad, you know. But that's never my intention. My intention is at the end of my set, I want people to be my friend, you know.
I don't ever go in with the intention of making people feel bad. Sometimes I do a roast joke where it's like aimed at something particularly negative or like an observation that might not be the most positive. But I also feel like that's part of comedy. Like, not everything in life is happy, not everything in life is sad, not everything in life is like. So who was it? Jon Stewart, I believe it was, the guy from The Daily Show.
Yeah.
He was at like a conference one time, and this college student asked him, in comedy, what do you feel should be like off limits? Like, where's the line? And he went, well, in comedy, there shouldn't be a line, because in life, there's no line. There's no...
which is true. It's true.
But everybody does it different. So I think going positively is a great thing. Ron Funches has a method of positivity in the way he works. So it can be a beneficial thing, and it can be very funny.
Yeah. All right, so back to the question. It was an interesting talk. So what are some of your songs that you like to go to do karaoke?
Songs that I like to go to do karaoke? I have a couple. I always start off with War Pigs by Black Sabbath.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's good.
Hatred to mankind. Yeah, right.
And that's a good one. I can hit the notes pretty well. Like, I've practiced that song a good amount, and I can it's in my range. And there's big gaps in the middle of it. And so I do that first because I'll do that, and then to feel comfortable, because I like to do comedy primarily, but so singing is a little awkward for me.
Yeah.
In between where the big gaps are, I'll start doing crowd work, or like I'll like
what the fuck? That's like, smart, dude.
I'll plug my shit or something. Like I was at a bar recently and I did War Pigs, and I was pretty drunk. It was me and Ashley's. We went out for like a date night, steakhouse, and then next door karaoke. And I was walking on the bar with the wireless microphone in the middle of the thing, and I was like, could you guys tell that I'm pretty fucking wasted? And everyone was like, yeah. And I was like, really? You guys could tell that? And they're like, yeah. And then I was like, oh, sorry, this is the chorus.
And you're like, excuse me, I'm gonna go back to singing.
So that, and then I'll do Valerie, the BBC British broadcast version of it. Valerie by Amy Winehouse.
Okay, I was thinking the other song, the 80s song, like Valerie Loves Me, didn't it?
No. Valerie by Amy Winehouse.
Okay.
But the BBC British broadcast version, radio live session, whatever, because it's a slower version. The original version's great, but this one is like a slower, like more soulful version, and I love that. And I'll hit that shit. I'll get it. I was at a bar one time on Halloween getting drunk and doing karaoke, and I was singing that song, and this gay dude came up and he went, "Get it, girl," and then he walked away.
So he thought you were gay?
No, he was just giving me a compliment. But I was like, that's powerful. That's like the equivalent of a black dude like giving you a compliment.
Hey dog, if I can fist bump, hell yeah, dude, I get that.
Yeah, or like in church when they go preach, that's what that is for gay people.
Yeah, dude, that's cool. That's awesome. Like my go-to stuff is I always like to start off with the Rick James "Give It To Me, Baby."
That's funny.
That's the thing to get like the party started. You know, the last time I sang that song though, I was off beat. I was pretty fucked up though too, dude. But I was like, who cares?
That's the funnest.
It was like it's only 2 people in the fucking crowd anyways, and I don't know, dude. For me, I have to do songs that I know the lyrics to, because like, especially if you're like a little tipsy and you're trying to read the words off the fucking the prompter, yeah. It's fucking difficult, dude.
I excuse me. I do Incubus's Drive, and I know most of the words, but when I'm drunk, I'll forget them, and I will literally stutter over my words, and I'll be like, "Sorry, everybody."
Sorry. Hey, dude, but karaoke's fun, man, and
it's a good time.
Dude, I need more people in my life that like to do karaoke, because it's fun. You know, some of my friends, they won't do it, and I try to push them to do it, and they won't do it.
It's embarrassing. It's like doing comedy. You got to get up there and you got to put yourself out there and stuff.
Yeah.
Like my girlfriend's family loves karaoke, and they're like, you go up and you do karaoke like in bars, like full force, full belt. And I'm like, yeah, I embarrass myself on a regular basis anyway, so this is nothing like that's going to deter me. But a lot of people, they don't have that same mentality or that same confidence to just go up there and kind of say, fuck it, if I get embarrassed, I get embarrassed.
Yeah, and I think that's like I think that's one thing that's helped me in like comedy is like before I started, I've always kind of had that thing like, I don't give a fuck, I'm just gonna go up there, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go up there, just have fun, and if no one fucking likes it, no one likes it, as long as I'm having fun. These fucking flies are everywhere, dude. I know I put this little bug spray or whatever fuck it is that my mom got.
It's keeping them off of me mostly. I've seen them more land on you than they have on me.
Dude, and I showered, man. What the fuck, dude?
That's why they smell the beautiful shampoo on you.
Oh yes, dude. I've been doing. I freaking think it's called Thick. This fucking body wash. It's called Thick.
Nice, dude. It's talking about you directly. It's speaking
exactly.
To your soul.
It's like the consumer is like, here you go, bro. This is for you. And it's like, and even better, it's a fucking Buffalo Trace scent, and I love Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace, like the whiskey, right?
Yes.
You do like Buffalo Trace,
dude. I love whiskey. I forced myself to like drinking whiskey on the rocks, neat, maybe some club soda, because this one time I got a really bad fucking hangover, dude. Drinking like Jack and Dr. Pepper.
The sugar will do it.
Dude, the sugar will do it. And then I had a fucking playoff game for soccer, for Sunday League, Adult League and shit. And I was fucking hungover shit. And I called my dad. I was like, Dad, like, you got to help me with this shit. Like, I've never been this hungover. And I puked so much, man. So much. And then I still want to go play, dude.
I respect that. I'm not the same. When I get hungover, I turn into a little bitch.
A little baby?
Little bitch baby.
Especially, like, wait, you're still pretty young, right? How old are you?
I'm only 24.
Yeah, you're only 24, dude. Like, once you kind of get closer to 30 and stuff, like, the hangovers get a little hard to get over.
Yeah, but I'm a Jew, dude, so I have a bitch body as it is. I'm bitch made.
Shalom.
I'm manufactured in the deepest Jewish people have a lot of inbreeding because they're like, they try to stay within their community. So I'm branching out. I'm getting out there. I'm seeking other genetic avenues. But because of that, we have a lot of like, that's why we have so many allergies, and we're lactose intolerant and this and that.
That's like the South Park episodes.
Yeah, dude. Because they're all just staying inside of Israel, fucking each other.
Dude, okay, so talking about you being Jewish, is it okay if we talk about one of your jokes?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so there's one joke that I really liked that you said that it had happened when, like, I guess in New York they did those tunnels and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're talking about the one where I was talking about, like, in New York they found a bunch of Jewish people digging tunnels under the synagogues, and I think that's crazy because all the propaganda about Jewish people is that they're rats, and then you guys went and did rat shit.
Dude, that joke is so fucking funny, bro. And you said your girlfriend said that, right?
Well, she pointed it out. She was like, it's crazy that they would do like that because it's such a reinforcement of the stereotype. And I was like, yeah, that is true, but it's a great observation. I can't take credit. She did observe
she
it.
Helped you, dude. Fucking she's funny, dude.
Someone told me one time, they're like, why do you bring your girlfriend to all your stuff? And I go, she writes all of my jokes. What do you mean? She's there to tell me if I'm performing them right.
Yeah, that's
which isn't true, but it's funny.
She seems like she has a very good sense of humor, dude. So
she's great at it.
All right. So before we started this podcast, I sent you a message, right? Mm-hmm. So if you have your notes out, whatever, dude.
I shall pull them out.
So we're going to go one for one. Let's start from 5 to 1, okay?
Okay, and I wrote 18 of them.
Okay, Jesus Christ. So I asked James Jablonski, what are your top 5 comedy movies that you like? So you go first with your 5th.
So I didn't number them. I would say number 5 would probably be Anything by Jim Carrey. I know that's not a specific movie, but that's why I'm putting it number 5 because all of his stuff I like. I think it's really funny.
Okay.
If I had to pick one, Ace Ventura: Pet Detective 1 and 2.
Oh, okay. And I'm like, anything by Jim Carrey. I was like, fuck, what movie is that, dude? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen it.
You've never seen any of his? You've never seen Ace Ventura?
No, I thought you said like anything like.
Oh, the movie.
I was like,
the movie.
what
The
movie
movie
is that?
The movie was titled Anything by Jim Carrey.
I was like, what?
I know it's not a comedy. It's actually a documentary, but I really like
him. You know.
No, like any movie by like with Jim Carrey in it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Ace Ventura, dude. Ace Ventura was that's a classic, bro.
I quoted all. I sent you a meme from it before I came here because you were like, parking's a little tight around my house, and I sent you a picture of a car crash, and then I sent you the like a glove.
Yeah, dude.
So
Jim Carrey he's fucking great, dude. He's a very great actor.
He is great, but now he needs to shut up.
Dude, I just think, you know what? I don't even know, but I know he says some weird ass shit. Like, is this even like life? Whatever. I think that's one thing.
I have an issue with people who are famous and rich talking about how being famous and rich isn't everything. Because he'll be like, if you really look at it, getting famous and rich won't fix all of your problems. And I'm like, no, it won't, but it'll be fucking awesome
to be.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna buy a fucking yacht for some reason. You know?
Yeah, you're having birthdays with David Spade and all of the funniest people in the world, and you're like, being rich and famous isn't solving all of your problems. Like, no, but you have a sick life. Shut up, Jim. But he's hilarious in all of his movies.
Yes. So I picked for number 5 was How High. I don't know if you've seen that.
I have seen How High.
Dude, okay. So the reason the movies that I picked is because like
very late night comedy.
Late night comedy, but it's like I can watch this shit and it still makes me laugh and I can quote stuff from it. So that's why I picked it, because I remember fucking, you know, Redman and Meth. Jesus Christ, dude, that was loud.
Sorry.
You fucking...
I'm tense, dude. I'm nervous.
Dude, you fucking Mortal Kombat your neck right now, bro.
Finished himself. That's what happens when I jerk off. Anyway.
But How High it's fucking... I think it's a really great movie. I think it's funny. I always like quoting it.
How High is good.
It's a classic. It's a little stoner classic. So what's your number 4, dude?
Number 4? I'm gonna have to eliminate one of these. I'll take out Snatched because that's not really a comedy, but it's a good time. Number 4, I would say 50 First Dates, probably.
Oh, that's another classic. Adam Sandler, dude.
Love Adam Sandler.
I think that's a kind of an underrated movie. You know, like I don't even think they considered it like a comedy. It's more like
a rom-com. But
dude, I'm a sucker for rom-coms.
I love a good rom. I like to sit down and get in my feels and laugh.
Yeah.
You're telling me I can laugh and cry and believe in love again?
Dude, right?
I'm in.
I can't watch rom-coms by myself, though. I need to find a girlfriend to fucking watch rom-coms with. So
yeah, I told a girl one time before I met Ashley, I was like dating a lot, and I told a girl one time, I was like, I love rom-coms. I'll just watch them by myself sometime. And she goes, are you gay?
She's like, maybe.
I was like, you sound like a bitter woman.
Yeah. That's why you're with Ashley, dude. Fuck that girl.
Yeah, dude.
So number 4 for me is Not Another Teen Movie. And
I've never seen that.
You never seen Not Another Teen Movie?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, okay. For me, it's when fucking Chris Evans, before he was Captain America, he did that one fucking funny-ass movie. And I think a lot of the scenes in that movie is just like, obviously they're doing a parody of like classic like fucking teenage movies, you know?
Oh, I love parody movies.
But this one's
oh man, he looks so young in this.
Dude, and it's so fucking funny, bro. Like, there's one scene where this girl's like, it's her birthday and she's gonna like, you know, fucking touch herself and masturbate and shit.
Pretty cool.
And she's like getting into it. And I think she's watching 16 Candles, if I'm not mistaken. And then her dad walks in with the birthday cake. And then it's her brother. And then it's the priest. And she's trying to hide that she's like masturbating.
Oh, man.
Dude, and then she climaxes and the fucking dildo just jumps up. That's
hilarious.
Classic.
I love a good parody movie, especially like a late night raunchy kind of parody.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever seen, it's the one that was parodying Twilight. I forget what it was called. Vampire Suck.
Is it Vampire Suck?
Yeah, Vampire Suck.
I think I did see it.
That one's funny.
I don't remember much of it, but
where all of the werewolves are like dressed in short shorts and they're singing "Hallelujah, It's Raining Men."
Oh yeah,
that's
okay,
great.
I think I remember that scene.
Good, and they don't make parody movies like they used to.
Dude,
like
they
those,
don't. They won't.
And if they do, they stink. Like they made a Hunger Games one and it sucked.
Yeah, I don't think I even watched that one.
The Starving Games or whatever. It was terrible. But you have like all those old parodies like that. Like Vampires Suck. You know who did a really good one that was really funny? It was one of the Wayans brothers called Haunted House or something like that.
Oh yeah. It was.
Yeah.
I think it was Marlon Wayans. I think.
Yeah.
That
Pistol whipper, homie. Pistol whipper.
He's like, hey, cuz, and he's like, he thinks his cousin's right to like try to like kill the fucking ghost and shit.
Are you trying to gangbang on a ghost right now?
All right. So number 3. What's your number 3?
Number 3 is Idiocracy.
Idiocracy.
You never seen Idiocracy?
I don't think I have.
It's a great movie. I forget who. Look it up. You might recognize it. It's got the dude from, what's his name? Big black fella, Terry Crews. It's got Terry Crews in it. It's got a bunch of people in it, but it's so funny. It's basically, so the premise of it is this guy gets put in a military cryopod, and it's like a military experiment to like freeze soldiers. And the experiment gets abandoned, so they just leave him there.
Oh, okay.
And then like a bunch of years pass, like 10,000 years or something like that, and he wakes up in a society filled by stupid people, where like the world's IQ was dropped, and everybody's been like just constantly like doing drugs and being stupid, and the world is run by Terry Crews.
Oh shit.
And the way they decide like legal disputes is like they put you in an arena with monster trucks.
What the
and the
fuck?
monster trucks have like giant metal dildos that like slam into the cars and stuff.
Okay, I think I've
It's so
seen a
good.
clip on that, like on Instagram or something, but I don't think I've seen this movie. And the cast looks pretty good.
Dude, watch it. If you ever get a chance, watch it. There's a part. One of my favorite parts is they go to Costco, and Costco is like the size of Texas. Like
Oh
they
my
pull
God,
up,
it's
and it's
fucking
like this
big.
huge giant building that looks like a whole like. And they go in and they walk inside, and some dude is just like, "Welcome to Costco. I love you." And there's trains. You have to get on a train to go. And there's like, it's so funny, so good.
All right, so my number 3 is Deuce Bigelow.
Italian Gigolo.
All three of them, dude. I think Deuce Bigelow is a classic because, obviously, fucking Rob Schneider, and I think it's also it's a, Adam Sandler, right, produced it.
Yeah, yeah.
And like that's one of the movies I think like my dad and I used to watch. So that's like, dude, it's fucking
Having
funny.
a dad sounds awesome.
It can be, dude. He's my dad's pretty cool, bro. If you haven't heard the last episode of Amonos with Ricky Novella, bro, you're missing out. Fucking hear it. It's on Spotify. I put a little clip up, and it's great, dude.
Mhm.
It's heartfelt. And if you don't have a dad, well, fuck, dude. I'm sorry for you, dude.
It's okay. I'm building bonds with other males in my
You're
life.
breaking the cycle, huh?
I'm breaking the cycle.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I don't have any sperm that came from me and made it into the world, but one day, and I'll break that cycle. I'll be
Dude,
in their life.
Imagine a little James, bro.
I don't.
A little juicy.
Juice, a little ju- The problem is I have so many fucking issues that I know for sure I would have to comb them all out of his genetic code. Like, I want to have a test tube baby so I can
so
so I can take out all the bullshit. First off, you're not going to have a pigeon chest like me. You're not going to have asthma. You're not going to have the balding gene. Get rid of that. Like, I would take out all the bad stuff.
Man, I'm pretty sure in the future you'll be able to do that, dude.
Yeah, dude, I like kids. I like having stepkids. They're great. So.
Yeah, dude.
But
Kids
Deuce Bigelow is fun. You have a late night comedy thing.
yeah, I feel like it is. There's so many comedies that I like, and I just was like I said, I pick the movies that I can quote and I can just I can see it and I can still laugh at it, you know. So
Yeah, and knowing you, it does make sense. Like your sense of humor and stuff. That the late night thing does work kind of into it.
I'm pretty filthy.
I mean, you go by Thicky Ricky. If that's not a late night comedy name, I don't know what is.
Oh yeah,
That's
dude.
a Def Comedy Jam name if I've ever heard one. Hey yo, come on the stage right now. Give it up for my boy Thicky Ricky.
I ain't scared of you, motherfuckers. I'm looking.
Yeah, you're like, anyways, bitches be shopping.
Bitches be shopping. Don't you hate when a bitch just talks too much?
That's such an old school reference. No, but if any young person that watches this is not gonna get it.
Dude, I know. Okay, so what's your number 2, man?
Number 2, I'm gonna say I have 2 on here. I have Big Daddy and Ted that like are tied for the number 2 spot.
Okay, that's fine, dude. Both are great films. Big Daddy that's a really good. I think that's probably one of like his top 5 movies for Adam Sandler.
Oh,
dude.
so good. I still quote it because like my stepkids, they're like getting to the point where they're potty trained, and one time one of them runs out to their mom and they goes, "Mama, I wiped all clean," and then in my head I just went, "I wiped my own ass. I wiped my own ass."
Oh, dude, that's so sad, dude. I remember that fucking scene.
So funny.
Yeah, Ted is great too. Ted was obviously fucking like Family Guy and stuff is. It's funny. Seth MacFarlane is fucking great.
I love Seth MacFarlane humor. Like I like Ted. I liked the 1 and 2. I liked the Ted Show. I like Family Guy. I like American Dad. I liked Cleveland Show. Cleveland Show got canceled, but I thought it was really good.
Cause this is Cleveland Brown,
and I am proud to be
dude,
back in my home. Anyways,
dude, even like A Million Ways to Die in the West, right?
A Million Ways to Die in the West is great. That's one of Ashley's favorite movies.
Dude, okay,
so good.
I remember seeing that movie the first time I saw it. I went with some friends and we fucking smoked. We got so fucking baked, dude. And the scene that made me laugh so hard, dude, like crying laughing, and it's probably not even a scene that people don't even care about. It's when the sheep are in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the sheep just fucking floating in the air, dude.
Oh yeah,
I was so high that I just thought it was fucking funny as fuck, dude.
That's the thing is Seth MacFarlane has a good mix of intelligent humor and silly, stupid, dumb humor.
Yeah,
and he does it really well. He is very gay. He's closet gay for sure. Nobody likes show tunes that much and isn't kind of gay.
he probably gets pegged a little bit, you know.
But yeah, Seth MacFarlane is great. A Million Ways to Die in the West is great. Ted is great. I like all of that kind of humor. I really like doing the voices from the show, but I'm not good at any of them except for Cleveland.
Give me Cleveland right now.
Oh, Peter, you can't. Oh wait, hold up, Cleve. I can do the last. All right, Peter. No, I can't do it. I'm nervous now. I'm on the spot.
Dude, it's cool. It's cool, man. No worries. Dude, some of my friends in high school used to fucking call me Quagmire because, like, I guess my jaw. Back in the day when I was thinner, I had more of a jawline, and they would be like, fucking Quagmire, and they'd be like, giggity, you know, giggity.
You have a big jawline?
Giggity. Yeah, dude. I have cheeks. I've always had cheeks. Like, one of my nicknames in middle school was Cheeks. But when I, got really slim, I had, you can see my jawline.
It was accentuated. Women like a jawline. Look at Matt Rife, dude.
Fuck Matt Rife, dude.
I agree. I don't think he's very funny.
This is on record. Fuck Matt Rife, dude. All right?
I would like to say that also. I would also say that because, look, I don't have a problem with him as a person. I have a problem with him as a comedian. None of his, because I'm a person who admires clever, and all of his last special that he put on Netflix, it was all like the same kind of basic. I've heard like half of those jokes at open mics, and his crowd work is just him like, anyway, so what's up, babes? Like, and he's good at crowd work.
Yeah,
but his comedy is not up to par. He's a nice guy. I don't like his comedy.
Watch him watch this and he's like, dude, fuck, we're not going to help these fuckers out. I'm saying fuck Matt Rife because he takes all the bitches, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Nah, dude, it's not even fair.
I don't even want to, have sex with him. I just want to know that, they laugh at my comedy also.
And they just find you funny.
I would just like to know that they find me funny also because I need my ego fed also.
Yeah, dude.
Save some for us, Matt.
Yeah, fucking Matt Rife. All right, so my number 2 is actually tied as well, but it's kind of like in the same... it's basically the same movie in a sense because it's the same cast. I put Beer Fest and Super Troopers.
Those are very similar type movies.
Dude, for real. And they're great, dude. They're both fucking great fucking movies, dude. Fucking Farva in that fucking movie, he's fucking hilarious, dude.
That whole movie is one of those movies that's just like Super Troopers is one of those movies where if you watch it back, it still holds up in a great way. Beer Fest is really funny, but I feel like the comedy gets a little dated on some of them.
Okay.
But Super Troopers, that shit holds up.
Super Troopers, yeah. So the sequel was not that funny, but dude,
it was okay.
I quote some of that shit with my sister. I'll be like, "What's up, rookie biatch?" You know, fucking say that shit.
You have a sister?
Yeah, I have 2 sisters and a brother, and that's like.
I feel like a bad friend.
Hey, dude, it's because I'm the baby, dude. Fucking dude. I hope that catches on the podcast so you can hear me. You know, I hope another car with the fucking loud exhaust just pass by. You know.
Yeah. I hope somebody unleashes the NOS right on this recording.
NOS, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, but that's one of the movies I used to watch with them and stuff, and they're just older, you know. Like the closest age gap in my to my sibling is 10 years, so they're all older. They have their kids and stuff. I'm the only one that doesn't. You know, I'm just a baby. That's
okay. At least do you get preferential treatment?
Sometimes, you know. But my mom is pretty hard on me. If you hear some of my jokes, it's about her, you know. But hey,
does she like your comedy?
She does not like my comedy.
That's why she doesn't want any of your friends inside. She's like, are they all just gonna make the same kind of jokes as you?
And she's like, he's a gypsy. Fuck no, don't let him in the house.
Oh my god, dude. So when I met my girlfriend, her mom didn't know my ethnicity, and she asked, goes so what is he? And she goes, well, he's 25% Jewish, 25% Irish, and 50% Roma gypsy. And her mom goes, don't leave your keys alone around him. And I was like, what, do you think I'm going to make copies of it in the soap? Because I know how to do that, but I'm not going to.
I'm not going to. I want to be part of this family, dude.
So funny.
All right, so before we do the number 1 top comedy movie, let's do some honorable mentions. Is that cool?
Oh, sure. I have honorable mentions.
I have a bunch, but I only put 2 down, so...
I will do the honorable mention that I would like to do because it's not a comedy movie, so I took it off. Is Snatched.
Snatched. You said it was a Jim Carrey movie, but I'm not too sure.
No, Snatched isn't a Jim Carrey movie.
Oh,
Snatched is a... Fuck, what's his name? I don't know. Look it up. Sorry, that was aggressive.
Oh, dude. Okay. That's actually a great fucking movie.
Yeah.
It is pretty funny, though.
Where is the stones? Where is the stones?
That's kind of that's the funny thing is it is a gypsy movie and you're gypsy. So.
Anyway, yeah, the pikeys. It's a fired out haircut.
So you're basically Brad Pitt, dude.
I wish. I'm not hot.
In some eyes, you are.
Yeah, well,
dude.
hey,
we did kiss
we're on camera.
We did kiss on the live
Stop
podcast,
it, people
dude.
watching.
Stop it. Idiot.
God, freaking idiot. But no, yeah, Snatched, because it's not a comedy movie per se, but it's funny. Like, it has such a good, fun vibe. It's entertaining. It's good. It's a kind of like a comedy action movie, in my opinion. That would be my honorable mention.
Okay, that's a good one. Is there any other ones that you want to add on to there? Or
No, I just want to say that pikeys aren't a real thing. They're just gypsies. They just gave them a fun name.
Pikey sounds a lot nicer than gypsy. I'm not gonna lie.
It kind of does. They're basically just gypsies, though.
Okay, so my honorable mention, I put two. I put Eurotrip and Waiting. So I don't know if you've seen any of those.
I love Waiting. Eurotrip is fun, but Waiting I think is hilarious. I think it's funny that Ryan Reynolds went from trying to have sex with an underage girl to Deadpool.
First of all, he waited until she was 18, so that's in his defense in that movie. He waited, all right?
In a way,
he didn't groom her or anything, you know?
It is funny that the name is a double entendre.
Yeah, for real, dude.
He was waiting tables and waiting for that.
For that puss, dog, that puss. Dude, yeah, I think those two are great. Eurotrip is fucking funny. I like the part where they take the edibles in fucking Amsterdam, and they just fucking. He starts like, the main actor's like talking about how he watched the game film. He didn't know it was a game film. He's like, I was waiting for the women, but there was never any women. The guy in the cafe is like, this is no weed brownie. This is just regular brownie. He's like, what? He's like, put your shirt back on, white boy. Those kind of comedy movies were great. Like they're the best, dude.
They don't make them like that anymore.
They don't. They're all about trying to be equal, try to put everybody involved.
Well,
and
it's not even that. It is kind of that, but at the same time, they're not the comedy. Like people who make comedy movies now, like the big companies and stuff, they're not willing to take risks on jokes that might not land for everybody.
Yeah, that's true.
Because comedy not everybody's gonna laugh at something that's a little bit outrageous, but comedy, it's kind of that. Like even clean comedy is something is an opinion that people won't necessarily agree with.
Yeah.
Like people might agree with it, people might find it funny, and some people are gonna be like, I don't think that's like how I feel, and that's part of comedy. And they don't take chances no more.
Yeah, dude, and it's a weird time. I think it's kind of switching back up again, but it is still.
We're coming around the bend. The overcorrection is ending soon.
I was able to say fag in one of the open mics, and like it slipped out, and I was like, fuck it, I gotta double down on it. And
were you saying it in like a funny context, or were you doing what that one guy did where he just said it 3 times?
No. I was doing it as a joke, as like how like I wasn't like, my friends want to hang out with me, but I was like, I can't hang out with you guys because I'm hanging out with some other friends, and like, oh well, who is it? And it's a guy, and they're like, oh well, he sounds like a fag.
Oh, okay.
You know, the fucking toxic friend.
I had a joke that had the fag word in it, but I was trying to be smart about it because you know the biblical city Sodom and Gomorrah.
No, that's too smart for me, bro.
You never read the Bible?
No, dude.
Okay,
I'm Mexican and haven't even read the Bible, dude.
Yeah, you're bad. You're
I'm
failing.
bad.
You're not going to Catholic heaven.
Dude, I only got baptized. I haven't even done my first communion yet. How about that?
I don't even know what a first communion is. I'm Jewish.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. L'chaim.
No, but Sodom and Gomorrah in the Bible were these 2 cities that were like known for like all the savagery that was going on, like sodomy and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so Sodom is, sodomy, butt fucking. And Gomorrah is a old word from some foreign dead language that
Isn't she from fucking Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes, she is, and she's very hot in that. And I'll tell you what, it's not the same as what I'm about to say. No, so Gomorrah is an old school language thing that means bundle of sticks, which is also known as a fag. So basically, in the Bible, the 2 cities were named ass fucking fag. But every time I said it on stage, people didn't like it, so I got rid of the joke.
That's a touchy subject, but
well, I talk about a lot of touchy things, but sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're not.
Yeah, dude, and that's something I do admire about you. You do try to push the fucking envelope. You know,
I think you should. I think it's kind of
you have to,
boring.
And I feel like I've been trying to do that a little bit more lately. Trying to like, at least for crowd work stuff, like things I think about, but
and it's a skill too. Like you got to get the skill of being funny before you can kind of push the envelope. Envelope. Sounded like a Midwestern housewife. Did you get the envelopes?
Did you get the envelopes?
No, but you have to be a little more skilled before you can push the envelope.
All right, so let's go back to let's do the final top number 1 comedic movie that you chose.
Have you ever seen The Birdcage?
The Birdcage
with Robin. I was gonna put any Robin Williams movie, but The Birdcage is the one I've seen the most, and it still makes me laugh to this day. And we walk around and we quote it all the time in my house. It's so fun.
I feel like I might have seen it.
Yeah, he plays like Robin Williams plays like the owner of a of like a drag club in Florida.
Dude, and he would. I'm pretty sure
him and what's the other actor's name?
Nathan Lane.
Yeah, him and Nathan Lane, and it's so hilarious in it. Like, and also
Hank
Azaria is so funny in it.
Dude, just them three would probably fucking Mo, and that's Mo from fucking The Simpsons right there.
Dude, so funny. It's so funny. There's a part where he's trying to teach him to be a man.
Oh God.
And so he's like trying to teach him, Nathan Lane, to teach him to walk more manly. And he's like, I want you like John Wayne movies. I want you to pretend you're John Wayne, and I want you to get off your horse and walk into the saloon. And get off your horse and head into the saloon. And he gets off the horse, and he gets off his fake horse, and he does like a weird like walk, and he goes, "How was that?" And Robin Williams goes, "Great. I just never realized that he walked like that."
Yeah, dude. Robin Williams was he was a really funny actor, man. It's kind of sad that, you know.
That he died masturbating. So tragedy.
He just was choking himself and shit. But nah.
Choke jerk. No, I mean, there's that whole thing. Did you hear about? They recently talked about. It's like they said that Robin Williams got diagnosed with some disease that was causing him to like lose his faculties and like his mind and stuff.
No, dude, I didn't know that.
And that's probably why he killed himself. But then the doctors are like, maybe we misdiagnosed him.
Oh my God.
So it's a whole thing with Robin Williams. But I love that guy. Rest in peace. I like The Birdcage is the one that I put at the top. But I love almost all of his movies. The only one that I haven't, there's a small handful of them that I haven't seen. But have you? This is gonna be sad. This isn't a funny movie. Have you seen What Dreams May Come?
Wait, Dreams May Come. I gotta look it up. I don't think I have.
If you want to cry, if you want to feel like if you want to feel like you want to die masturbating, watch What Dreams May Come.
just gonna
watch that movie. It's a crazy film, but it's really good.
You know what movie I did fucking cry to, dude? It's fucking Click. And like, I know it's a funny movie.
I love that movie.
But I cried when like fucking Adam Sandler's like trying to like see his kids again or whatever, right?
Yeah, at the end of it.
And he's like getting a heart attack. I cried because I was like, my dad was right there. I'm like, my dad's gonna have a heart attack. This is how it's gonna happen.
Oh, pobrecito, no.
Daddy, no.
Dude, Ashley hates Click. She's like, that movie sucks. That movie's not even good. And I'm like, that movie is great. And she's like, that's where Adam Sandler started going downhill. And I'm like, you're wrong?
Yes, just wrong. I don't agree with her, dude. I don't know, man.
I think, and this is when I go, women aren't funny. It's a joke. I'm a comedian.
We're joking. We're just riffing. We're having a good time, all right?
I do believe that we're in a police state, and sometimes I'll say stuff in my car, and like I'll be like, I'm a comedian. The FBI, I am a comedian, because they're always listening. They're always watching.
They're always, yeah, especially when you're like talking about certain stuff, and then like, hey, here's that about what you were talking about.
Yeah.
And it's like, what?
I went to go support our friend Mikey Barajas.
Oh yeah.
He had a show at this place called the the Boulevard, and like it was in like Hollywood, LA, that area. And there was like no parking, and we parked, and we look up at the sign, and it goes, no parking unless you have a District 13 parking pass.
What the fuck?
And I was like, exactly. I was like, this city sucks. Finding city in this place makes me want to shoot up a school. And then I went, guys, I'm a comedian. I am making jokes, and I said it like loud into the neighborhood, and my girlfriend was like, shut the fuck up. What are you doing?
What are you doing? You're embarrassing me, damn it.
We're not even at a comedy club. Shut the fuck up.
Dude. All right, so my number one, dude, and I think this is such a fucking great movie that a lot of people sleep on, is Grandma's Boy.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Grandma's Boy is so fucking funny, dude. It's a classic for me, dude. And I think Nick Swartzen was even talking about how like on the inside the theater, like it didn't do that well in the box office, but on DVD it went fucking crazy.
It's one of those cult classic type movies,
dude. That fucking JD. I remember when your girl was talking about like you were wearing a fucking trench coat, and she's like, you look like fucking JD from Grandma's Boy. And I was just like, yes,
dude. That's not even the most embarrassing time I've worn a trench coat, and I looked like him. When I was younger, I had a comb over.
Oh God, it's even on
and point. I had a big leather trench coat, and one day one of my friends was like, let's hang out, and it was the middle of summer. And I put my hair in a comb over, and I put the trench coat on, and I was wearing all black and Doc Martens.
Oh my God.
Riding a scooter at 15 down the street. And I got home, and one of my family's friends was like, hey, we saw you riding down the street, and I just have one question. Are you a faggot?
Are you?
And I was like, that really hurt my feelings.
That hurt my feelings, right?
But I look just like him, so dude, I get it.
That's oh my God, that's a fucking...
That movie's great.
Just the whole premise. If you haven't seen Grandma's Boy, bro, that's like one movie I recommend, dude, because everything is fucking on point of that movie. Dude.
I like my favorite scene is the party scene where his grandma's getting high with him.
Oh yeah,
I was like, this seems like you know when you're like hanging out at somebody's house and their family's a little too chill with all of their illicit activities. I'm like, your family doesn't care that you're like doing cocaine on the counter, and they're like, no, they all do cocaine on the counter. I'm like, what? Your grandma's gonna die soon. That's what it reminded me of.
What's my favorite? I like when fucking Nick Swartzen's fucking playing Dance Dance Revolution. He's like, I scored. Did I break it? Oh, I don't know what this means. It's because like like you understand. You play video games and shit. And so do I too. And like the competitiveness when you play video games with your friends, it comes out sometimes, dude. You're just shit talking. And
I'm not a sports person. I never played sports, so I was always like, I'm not a very competitive person. And then I started playing video games, and I was like, I will choke you out.
I will fucking kill you, dude.
I'll put your head in the toilet and make you drown in the water. And then I was like, oh, I am a competitive person. I am very competitive. Dude,
that's great, man. We're getting kind of close. We still got like 10 minutes. We can go even over, dude. I don't
mind.
That's all I wrote down on my fucking notes.
Those are all of your notes?
That's all my notes. I was trying to think of more stuff that we could talk about, and I'm just kind of a person that likes to wing things, bro.
I feel it. Hey, while I have you hostage on the microphone, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you grow up here, like in this area, or are you a transplant, as they would call it?
No. Okay, so I grew up. Well, I did grow up in Whittier, and in 1 year I lived in La Mirada. But basically, I grew up here. This is not in this apartment. I lived in another apartment. I'd been here, I think, like 8 years or so.
Jeez.
Like that. But yeah, dude, Whittier, I've been here my whole life, basically, dude. And people say like, oh, like you need to get out of your hometown and all that shit, right? But I'm like, I don't think I want to, bro.
Why?
I've
not in like a negative way, by the way.
I just like Whittier. I like.
That's fair.
It's like kind of in the middle of everywhere, like.
Get out of your hometown if your hometown sucks and you don't like it. Like, I got out of my hometown because I hated it there, and I'm much happier being closer to LA and closer to a bigger comedy scene and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you're happy where you're at, like, I hate people who are like, you need to see more of the world. I'm like, no. Back in the day, they didn't see any of the world, and they were perfectly content.
That's a very good point. That's a very, very good point, dude. I never thought of it that way because I've heard that before. It's like you need to get out of your hometown and know the world and stuff. And I've had like a few friends do that, but like, I don't know. I just like it because, like I said, like it's in the middle of everywhere. You can go to the beach. It's only 30 minutes away. Mm-hmm. You can go to LA. It's 30 minutes away. You can fucking, it's everywhere, dude.
But also, like, you're still pretty young. You're like, what, in your 30s?
I'm going to be 30. I'm 29 right now.
So so you're not even in your 30s yet. You're still young enough that you have time to make a career for yourself because comedy, eventually, the goal is to be on the road and traveling.
Fuck yeah, dude. So hey, cheers to that. Cheers to that. Let's cheers to the fucking, hopefully one day.
Amen, brother. A Voodoo Ranger. Juice Force.
They're fucking bomb, bro.
Juice Force sounds like the name of a gay porn.
I've seen a few of those in my life.
Yeah. Juice Force assemble. It's just a bunch of dudes in jock straps like, oh,
ready for the juice. Oh, God.
But no, you have time to get out, and like comedy's a profession where the goal is to be on the road and travel.
Yeah.
And then eventually, when you have your own time and money and you're going to get your own place, and it probably won't be in Whittier. That's just the way that it kind of goes.
Yeah, no, for sure. I've thought about that. You get those thoughts where, like, let's say, like, when you make it and stuff, and like, where would I live? I still don't know, but like, I don't want a big ass house. Like, I just want something that like, maybe like have like family or friends want to stay. They have a room and stuff like that. But like, I'm not a type of person that wants something fucking big out of the ordinary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want a nice. I'll be honest. I say out loud that I want a nice, modest home. But if somebody can give me like a nice mansion in the Hollywood Hills,
I'll take it.
I will take it.
I will take it. Yeah,
I'll take it, and I will throw parties there, and I will charge people to get in.
You're gonna be like that security guard.
Yeah,
like, no, you can't come in with that outfit.
That it's gonna be my property. Oh man, it's gonna be my property taxes. But speaking of that, Ashley told me a story. Apparently, there was a girl at her school. And she threw these parties. I forget the name of them, but essentially she would stand at the door and be like, "You're not dressed nice enough to get into my party." And then she goes, "The worst part is the girl was fugly."
It's always those fucking chicks that fucking.
Always those.
The thing is, like, I was such a square in fucking high school, dude, because like I would play sports. I was like playing soccer. I did boxing and like I was always scared of like my mom finding out like, oh, he smoked weed and stuff. So I did a lot of that stuff very late. Like the first time I smoked weed was after prom. Yeah, it was after prom. I was just always scared, and like I kind of wished I would have experimented a little bit more. But I mean, shit happens. Shit happens. Like
as someone who's done my fair share of like different stuff. It's healthy to experiment, but be cautious. Like, I think mushrooms are something everybody should try.
Mushrooms are fucking great, dude.
But I don't really like them as an adult. The older I get, the more like kind of like mushrooms are bad for the psyche potentially.
Mushrooms are bad for you.
But I think everybody should do them because it's an experience and it shows you something about yourself. I did acid.
Oh God, acid.
It's a little too much. Because like mushrooms last like 6 hours, acid lasts like 12 hours.
Oh,
and
damn.
by the 6th hour of acid, I'm like, I'm kind of done.
Like I heard it's more intense, but I haven't tried acid.
Oh, for sure. It's crazy.
Shrooms, dude, especially shrooms at a rave, dude. That's fucking.
It's a good time.
So awesome. This last rave I went to, and I did shrooms. Like it was such a good time. One of my buddies did have a bad trip, and you know he's a little traumatized, you know. But like I told him that it's just some shit that you have to face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's what shrooms does. It helps you bring out those like inner problems that you have in the back of your mind, and it just tells you to face them.
I say this. This is what I say about bad trips. There's no such thing as an actual bad trip. There's only a lesson you didn't learn.
Yeah. And like just describing that because I did them both days, but the first day, dude, like I was just giggling my ass off, like, and like, dude, there were some points where I'm like, oh, dude, I'm tripping fucking balls, like this is kind of scary. But then you kind of talk to yourself like, dude, hey, I'm a happy person, like we're having a good time, like I'm proud of you, like you talk yourself up, and you just fucking.
I think me and you do shrooms very differently.
Dude, I don't know. It just maybe that's the case. Maybe
no.
The
case I think that's a good, because if you want to have a good time and you're there to enjoy yourself, when I do that sort of stuff, if I start feeling a negative feeling, my immediate thought, and this is why I don't do them anymore, because it's led me to some dark places, and it's helped me, but it's also been bad at the same time.
Yeah.
But if I feel a negative thought, I go, what's up with that? And I dive deep into it. And I explore it, and I let that feeling kind of overcome me, and I let that lesson kind of take me. And sometimes you come out of it on the other side learning, and sometimes you come out of it on the other side going, I still don't understand.
Yeah, I think sometimes you like some things you don't have to understand, you know?
Agreed. Sometimes you have to just let it go.
Yeah, let it go. I don't know, dude. Let it go. I don't know. Like there's just certain things I just kind of think and I don't know. Can I fucking journal, dude? I try to like keep a positive mentality and stuff, because there's a lot of shit in this world that like you just gotta just be positive, man. There's too much bullshit going on in life, and
oh, for sure. I was pretty.
Passing by.
You're like, don't let them hear us. We're talking. Wait, it's they don't need to. They don't need to know.
They're gonna tell my roommate that I do shrooms.
Yeah, it's your mom. They're like, did you know your son is journaling like a gay?
Like a fucking fag. Yeah, I said fag, dude.
Damn it, dude. Stop it. You're being bad. You're being a bad boy.
Bad.
No, I don't think there's... I try to keep a positive mindset because I used to be pretty, like, pessimistic, and I used to think, like, the world is a bad thing and all that. But I've been like, as I get older, I'll say things work out the way they're supposed to.
Yeah, that's for sure, too.
A lot of bad shit has happened to me in my life, especially, like... I wouldn't say terrible stuff, but terrible stuff has happened to me. And I had to learn to kind of accept, forgive, and move on. And it makes you so much happier when you stop focusing on the negative and start seeing things as it always supposed to happen for you to get to wherever you're going.
Yeah, no, and I think that's like a lot of like
sounds like hippy dippy shit.
No, but it's true though, dude. Like a lot of people, I hate when people were like, I think I talked about it in the last podcast too, that people were like, oh God, like why is this stuff happening to me? But it's like you don't think about like, maybe this has to happen for you to learn something or prevent you from getting hurt even more, you know, and just kind of like realizing that like shit happens for a reason, you know.
Yeah, and I think it's one little word in that phrase of why is this happening to me, and it's not happening to you, it's happening for you.
For you, yes, 100%. I agree to that.
Yeah, that's why whenever somebody hurts my feelings, I go, you don't even know. I'm stronger now. I ain't even going to cry in my car about this later even.
I'm not going to put this in my diary, dude. Fuck that.
And then it's going to get published years later for the world to see.
Dude, James, we're kind of getting to the hour already, and my mom just messaged me asking her to help her with the fucking... I don't even know how to fucking say it in English, but la marqueta, you know, she went to the store.
Yeah, so
I gotta help her.
I think you just figured out how to say it in English.
The market, yeah.
I think you just figured it out right now.
I think I figured it out right now.
Yeah,
James, so plug anything you want to. I do have your Instagram, but plug anything you want to.
Yeah, I mean, follow me on Instagram, #1 at James Jablonski with 2 I's. That's James Jablonskii. That with 2 I's. So if you follow me there, I have a link tree. You can also go look at me on YouTube. I'm putting out some clips there, and I'm gonna start. I'm working on a show that I would like to release, kind of a solo show. More like news oriented, where I like write a set every week and I perform it like a dork in front of a camera. Okay. So go subscribe there. That might come out, or I might be lying.
We don't know yet.
We don't know yet. We don't know. I haven't done it yet, and when I do it, I'll tell you how I feel about it. So go subscribe there for sets and comedy and stuff, and make sure you subscribe to Ricky's shit and follow Ricky because he's awesome. He's doing it consistently, and we love that.
Thank you. I do want to give you your flowers before you go, man. I know you're very hard on yourself, and I think that's a good thing. I don't think I think it kind of can be a bad thing sometimes, but you are hard on yourself because I know that you love comedy and I know you want to do good, man. And I think you're funny, bro. And I hope we can continue working together. I can't wait to do some shows with you, man. And from seeing you the first time till now, man, it's just I think you're still doing great, man. And just keep your head up. I know there's some dark roads in this fucking comedy thing. It's a marathon, bro, and we're all gonna eventually get there, man. So just keep your fucking head up and keep working because you're funny, bro. And if people are saying that you're not funny, fuck them, dude. I give you the stamp of my approval that you're a certified G.
Thank you. Can you brand it onto my arm so whenever I get sad I can look at it?
I don't think I can brand juice, dude. I think I think that might be bad, bro. All right, some guy used to do that, dude. Some guy used to do that, and it ended up bad. All right.
Yeah, and he had some good ideas, but let's no I'm kidding. Oh, also check out the Puro Laughs open mic that me and Ricky and Gil run. We're doing it every week. So go there. It happens Wednesdays at 9 at the Horchateria and Paramount. Go there. Come get some time in if you're a comic. And if you're just an audience member and you like comedy and you want to see how the sauce gets sauced, come out and check it out.
Dude, yeah. And thank you for coming, man. Thank you for making some time. And, hey, don't be a fucking bond, man. Enjoy life. Tell the people you love them. Fucking think one good positive thought before you have that negative thought, man. Because life is beautiful. You got to quote that Joey Diaz. It's a beautiful day to be alive, cocksucker. Hey, see you guys next week, all right? Thank you.